All right, let's talk about one of the hottest names in the football world right now, Shedeur Sanders. Everyone's wondering, where's this kid going to land? Tennessee? Hey, doesn't seem likely. Cleveland was a maybe at one point until they signed Joe Flacco and then traded for Kenny Pickett. And oh yeah, they still have Deshaun Watson sitting on the roster. So that door's looking pretty shut. But now, there's a new buzz going around. What if Shedeur ends up in New Orleans? And honestly, that might not be a bad move at all. RG3 stirred the pot on NFL Threads, saying the Saints could be a perfect fit, and he might be onto something. That offense? It's got some real juice. If Shedeur can stay healthy, he's got Alvin Kamara behind him, still one of the most dynamic backs in the league. Rashid Shaheed, once he's back from injury, the dude's a burner. Straight-up speed demon who can hurt you deep or take it underneath and go the distance. They've got talent at wideout. And if they end up bringing back a vet like Brandon Cooks, that room gets even more dangerous. And let's not forget, Kellen Moore's running the offense now. Say what you want, but the guy knows how to spark a unit. If they add a few more pieces on defense, the Saints could absolutely make some noise in 2025. Now, Derek Carr, that's a whole different conversation. According to Ian Rappaport, Carr might miss a significant chunk of time with a shoulder injury. There's even talk he could miss the entire season. And look, this wouldn't be the first time we've seen a mystery injury keep a QB away when things aren't clicking with the team. Just saying. Last year, Carr dealt with oblique and hand injuries and only played 10 games. And when he was out there, it didn't look great. Barely over 2,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 picks. That's not exactly elite production, especially when you're making big-time QB money. A lot of it came down to rhythm. He just didn't seem in sync with the offense. Chris Olave and Shaheed tried to carry the load, but it was a struggle. And finally, there's a point worth repeating. If you've got a quarterback who's accurate, a guy who can complete 74% of his passes and toss for over 4,000 yards, that's a foundation you can build on. Accuracy leads to consistency, and consistency at quarterback is the holy grail in this league. If Shedeur brings that with him, the Saints might be cooking with gas. All right, now let's flip the script a little. Imagine this, Shedeur Sanders, son of Deion Primetime Sanders himself, suiting up for the New Orleans Saints. And if you're a Falcons fan, oof, that stings a little, right? I mean, Deion was the face of the Falcons back in the early 90s. He was Atlanta, so yeah, seeing his kid go play for the division rival, that's tough. But let's be real. It's competition. It's the NFL. Teams got to build their roster however they can. Would it hurt to watch Shedeur light up the Falcons twice a year? For sure. But if New Orleans believes he can flip their franchise and bring them back to life, you got to roll the dice. And if it works, then hey, Atlanta better figure out how to sack the kid in the backfield. Otherwise, it's game over. Now, if the Falcons hadn't grabbed Michael Penix Jr. last year, this conversation might be a whole different story. Maybe Atlanta would have gone after Shedeur themselves, but that ship sailed. The last few weeks, everyone's been buzzing about whether the Saints should draft Shedeur Sanders. And here's the deal. If it were up to me, I'd take him, no question. But I know how this Saints organization operates. And honestly, I just don't see it happening. They've always leaned conservative, real buttoned up. They like their QBs quiet, polished, press conference ready, no swagger, no edge. And Shedeur, he's got that confidence, that attitude, that Deion DNA. He's flashy, he's vocal, he knows he's good. And for some teams, that's exactly what you want. But for New Orleans, that might be a little too much spice for their usual flavor.